For the sake of saving everyone who watches this video some time, I've put timestamps in the description so that you can skip past parts that might not interest you. That way, you can get the information you want about this channel quicker. YouTube also has that feature now where you can see how the video is timestamped anyway on the scroll bar thing. the thing that lets you scroll through the video, that thing. So, if you haven't skipped ahead and you're still watching, I'm going to assume that you're interested in hearing me talk about why I keep taking breaks from posting YouTube videos. I've gotten plenty of comments asking where I've disappeared to after posting a video or two, and some that are always happy when I come back, which makes me feel really grateful, but also a bit icky. Not icky as in, oh no, I don't like people celebrating my work, but because I think I knew that it was only a matter of time before I stopped making videos again. I just wanted to explain everything in one video, hopefully one that doesn't drag on for too long, and explain why I've been on again, off again with YouTube, but also what you can expect for this channel in the future. After the Animal Crossing and mental health video came out, I felt really pressured to keep my content going in that direction. That direction being talking about video games and the strong impacts they can have on our lives. The thing is, Animal Crossing is one of the very few games that I've had that strong of a connection with at all. I followed up with a video on Spider-Man PS4 and the importance of on-screen representation, but after that, the well was pretty much dry. I tried to do the same thing with the Undertale and Firewatch videos, and while people enjoyed them, I felt like I was just failing to emulate the realness and type of message found in the first Animal Crossing video. I felt frustrated, and honestly like I had failed at making YouTube videos, which I now realize is stupid, but because of how I was feeling, I took a break. Then I came back for a bit with Cuphead and Kingdom Hearts, trying to go back to just talking about my experiences with video games in general. But again, I fell back into the pressure of talking about the quote-unquote real experiences I've had with video games rather than what I really wanted to talk about, which was the games themselves. To be clear though, nobody was pressuring me, it was just this self-imposed feeling of guilt. Why talk about video game stories and difficulty levels and whatever when you could actually be saying something important? It sounds pretty harsh when I put it like that, and it's not like I actually think like that or thought like that at all, but I couldn't help but feel that way because of how many people the mental health video had touched. I got so many comments telling me that they resonated so much with my story. People were discussing their own experiences with mental health and even supporting each other when stories were shared. Why even continue making videos if I couldn't make something that great happen again? Then I took around a year off and came back this year with videos on A Short Hike and New Horizons, once again trying to go back to my roots. But again, I found myself stopping to work on videos because I felt as though the meaning behind the content I was making would always be insignificant compared to the meaning behind the mental health video. Then, during the first week of July, which should have been last week if I upload this on time, I tried streaming. I still felt like I was wasting time on YouTube by streaming because I wasn't bringing across an important message that people could deeply resonate with. And as much as it may sound like I don't at this point in the video, I really do want to make YouTube content about video games. I don't want to stop, and I didn't want to stop the other times I did either. Really, I'm just sorry to anyone who's gotten tired of my on-again, off-again style of uploading, and I felt that way for a while now, and I really just felt like I owed an explanation to people who are still subscribed or looking forward to my content. Or even those who have gotten used to being happily surprised by my uploads because they don't know how long the gap between each one will take. Really, and this is gonna sound dramatic to some people probably, but I feel like it just needs to be put out there. I'm sorry to myself for putting so much stress on myself and repeatedly trying to conjure up a video with the same deep meaning as that mental health video. The reality is that likely won't ever happen again. That video touched a lot of people's hearts, which was so comforting and relieving for me because I thought that not that many people would relate to the video and it would be seen as a joke. Trying to repeatedly emulate the tone and success of that video is honestly a waste of time at this point though. So from here on out, I'm going to try my best to hold myself to creating the content I want to create in the moment. And all of this brings me to the future of this channel. From here on out, there may still be gaps between uploads, but the goal is to have it be about a month at most between each video. No more than that. Burnout from creating videos was never really my issue, it was just the burnout of constantly trying to live up to unrealistically high expectations that I put on myself. That said, if I take more time to get a video out than 1 month, I will let everyone know with the community tab on my channel about what's going on and where I've been. I've also opened up a new Twitter account for my channel. I used to have one before, but I deleted it, so I'm bringing it back. So if you use Twitter, you can follow me there where I most likely won't tweet out anything except for channel and video updates. Content-wise, I want to experiment with a few things. I want to keep streaming Animal Crossing and maybe other games in the future, just once I get the hang of streaming. I had a lot of fun doing it last week, and I think starting with a game I'm super familiar with could help me find my style and transition into other things eventually. Also, I want to restrict myself less on what I talk about with video games in my scripted videos. You may have noticed that my videos all before the mental health video followed a specific structure where I would focus on one thing in the game rather than everything, or I would just talk about the game as a whole. Either way, those videos came off as super reviewy to me, and while I liked that at the time, I want to try getting the proverbial stick out of my ass and loosening up with the structure a bit. For example, I love Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I think it's a really fun game, so now I'm just planning a video on why I love it so much. I won't be looking at the game as a whole or dissecting each part, but just gushing about the parts that I love. If that style of video works, then great, expect more like it. If not, I'll see where I went wrong and keep iterating. Your input as a viewer is going to be really important to me, so if you like what you see, or if you think there's something new that doesn't quite work, absolutely let me know. I'm not saying I'll automatically follow any advice thrown my way, but it'll help me know where to go next. Pretty much the final thing that's worth mentioning is that I want to try making videos on certain TV shows and movies. I've had ideas for videos on TV show episodes and movies in the past, but I always shot them down because this is a video game channel or whatever. Little did I realize that I made the channel and therefore can just change the rules at any point I want, which is a wild thought, I know. So if you watch TV and movies, or just like my videos, then check those videos out when I make them. If not, then just don't. Again, same as before, if I like how it works out, I'll continue, if not, I'll figure it out. With that all said, thank you to everyone for your patience while I've been going through what can only be described as a YouTuber's emo phase. I really hope that I can keep the channel going by not only my new, more reasonable standards, but yours as well. I appreciate you listening and sticking around this whole time so much. Thank you for listening in, and I'll see you in the next video of many, hopefully soon.